Good morning, student. Welcome to the biology class. This video is the continuation videos of our tissue lesson. Okay, I know, student, you betterly understand what is meant by tissue. Tissue is a group of cell. They perform the common function and have a common origin. So everybody, you know that what is meant by tissue. Let us start the video, and in that video we are going to study about that the types of tissue. Let us start. See, student, there are two main types of the tissue: plant tissue and animal tissue. First of all, we will study the plant tissue. You know, all living things are made from a single cell. In my previous video I explained about that. How does the all plant, all animals are made from cell. Got it? And bunch of the cell is called tissue. Plant is also living thing. Let us see first the plant tissue. The plant tissue, there are two subtypes of the plant tissue: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. There is also have a subtype of meristematic tissue, subtype of permanent tissue. See, there are two main types of the tissue. One is the plant and another is the animal tissue. Plant tissue, there are again two subtype of the plant tissue: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue means the tissue which is divide itself. ड्यू टू दिस टिश्यू द प्लांट कैन ग्रो. मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू बेटा ऐसे टिश्यू होते हैं, इस टिश्यू के हेल्प से ही प्लांट की क्या हो सकती है, ग्रोथ हो सकती है. दिस टिश्यू इज कॉल्ड एज द मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू. एंड परमानेंट टिश्यू मीन्स द टिश्यू विच इज टेक द परमानेंट शेप, size and perform the particular function. This tissue is called as the permanent tissue. Later, in the next video, I details explain about that the permanent tissue. But in that video, we are going to detail study about that the meristematic tissue. Understood? What is the difference between meristematic tissue and permanent tissue? Let us see the meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is called as the dividing tissue. Due to this meristematic tissue, plant can grow. You know, the plants have two parts: root and shoot. See, this is the small plant, this is the root, and this is the shoot part. These roots are elongated. Why? Because on the tips of the roots present the meristematic tissue, and these tissue are continuously divided. So the root is elongated. The tips of the bird, the tips of the roots, tips of the branches, tips of the shoots, there is also present the meristematic tissue. And due to this tissue, the tissue is divide itself continuously. So the shoot is elongated. Got it? There are three subtype of the meristematic tissue: apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. One by one, we will detail study about that the each and every types of the plant tissue. Got it, student? Today we have detailed study only about that the meristematic tissue. Let us see. Meristematic tissue means what is the characteristics which is present in the meristematic tissue. See, the meristematic tissue are similar. The cell of the meristematic tissue, see, this is the wrong spelling. The cell of the meristematic tissue are similar in structure. Means, see, in the last video I explained about that. What is mean by tissue? Tissue means the bunch of the cell, the groups of the cell is called as a tissue. And जो meristematic tissue बेटा वो similar cells होते हैं. It is a wrong spelling. Cell spelling is CELL. The cell of meristematic tissue are similar structure. means जो भी meristematic tissue के cells होते हैं वो all are same in structure. And the cell wall means the outer covering of the cell is made from cellulose. Cellulose is one kind of the substance. The cell wall of the meristematic tissue, meristematic cells are made from cellulose. Got it? First point, First point is that the cell of the meristematic tissue are similar structure, means meristematic tissue के जो भी cells होते हैं सबके structure कैसे होते हैं, same होते हैं, और उनकी जो outer covering है, the cell wall, it is called as a cell wall and which is made from cellulose. What is the structure? The meristematic cells may be, means उनका shape कैसा होता है बेटा meristematic cell का? Some are spherical, polygon means different shape, rectangle, got it, oval, like that shapes have a meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue are compact, arranged, do not contain any intercellular space between them. Let us see. I told you tissue means bunch of the cell, and the meristematic tissue are like that, means they are compact to each other. There is no intercellular space. Intercellular space means what? There is a two cell, in between the two cell have a space. This space is called as the intercellular space. But what happen in the meristematic cells are compact arranged like that. There is no intercellular space in between the two cell. Got it? And each meristematic means it is a one cell, another cell, and they are compact to each other. Each cell contains the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm means what? It is the liquid substance, fluid, which is present in the cell. Dense cytoplasm and large nucleus. You know nucleus? Nucleus means our body is controlled by our brain. Same like that. Each cell have a nucleus, and nucleus contain the nucleus perform the all functioning, and nucleus also means whatever work, whatever function is happening in the cell which is controlled by the nucleus. Understood, student? What is the characteristics of the meristematic tissue? Let us revise. The all meristematic tissues are similar in structure, and it is their cell wall is made from cellulose. The meristematic cells have a spherical in shape, polygon in shape, and rectangular in shape. All the cells of meristematic tissue are compactly arranged. I show you now. No intercellular space in between them, and meristematic cells contain the dense or abundant cytoplasm and single large nucleus. Got it? You keep it in your mind, beta. Meristematic tissue is called as the dividing tissue. Dividing tissue means जो meristematic tissue है उनके जो cells है वो हमेशा डिवाइड होते. ड्यू टू डिवीजन ऑफ द सेल्स द प्लांट कैन ग्रो ऑन द रूट्स ऑफ द टिप्स ऑफ द रूट्स एंड टिप्स ऑफ द शूट. में जो भी ब्रांचेस की ग्रोथ होती है, प्लांट की ग्रोथ होती है, रूट्स की ग्रोथ होती है, ये ग्रोथ कैसे होती है? मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू की वजह से, क्योंकि मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू इज द dividing tissue. They divide itself continuously. Due to this dividation, the plant can grow. Understood, student? What is the characteristics of the meristematic tissue? Let us see the types of the tissue. There are three types of the tissue. Three types of the meristematic tissue: apical meristematic, lateral meristematic, and intercalary meristematic. There are three subtype of the meristematic tissue. First upon I show the structure where is present. See, this is the shoot part of the plant. The apical meristematic tissue is present on the tips of the shoot, means tips of the growing part of the plant. कहाँ पे present होते हैं apical meristematic tissue? Apical meristematic tissue situated at the growing tips of the root, tips of the shoot, tips of the branches. Due to this apical meristematic tissue, plant elongation. Plants lead to elongation. Got it? Apical meristematic tissue. Apical meristematic tissue is present on the tips of the roots and tips of the shoot, and these apical meristematic leads to the elongation of the plant. Understood, student? Next types of the meristematic tissue is the lateral meristematic tissue. Lateral meristematic tissue is found between, means see, this is a bark and this is a stem. The lateral meristematic tissue is present in between the bark and stem. Due to lateral meristematic tissue, the plant can increase the diameter of the stem. Means see, when the plant is very small, the stem is very elastic, but day by day the plant can grow and their diameter of the stem is increased. How does it increase? Because in between the bark and stem is present the lateral meristematic tissue. Due to this lateral meristematic tissue, plant can increase the diameter of stem, increase the diameter of branches. In your garden, maybe you have seen the plant. The small plant, their stem is very small, elastic, but later the plant is growing one day by day. The stem is elongated. The diameter of stem is increased, diameter of branches of increase. How does it increase? It is increased due to the lateral meristematic tissue. Understood? Means the all meristematic tissue is lead the growth of the plant. It is elongation, otherwise it is thick the diameter. Understood? एपिकल मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू कहाँ होते हैं बेटा? प्लांट के ग्रोइंग टिप्स पे होते हैं. एंड ड्यू टू द एपिकल मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू प्लांट इलोंगेटेड, प्लांट की हाइट इंक्रीज होती है. आया समझ में? एंड लैटरल मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू इज प्रेजेंट इन बिटवीन द बार्क एंड स्टेम. Due to lateral meristematic tissue, the plant elongate the diameter of the stem and branches. And last type of the meristematic tissue is intercalary tissue. Intercalary tissue is present in, see, there is the internodes. See, have you seen the sugarcane stem? Like that structure of the sugarcane stem. And these elongation of each piece due to the intermeristematic tissue. Means beta, you have seen the branches of the tree. There is like that structure. Got it? In between the intercalary, in between the internodes of the leaves, internodes of the stem, there is present the intercalary meristematic tissue. And due to this tissue, the organs can grow the length. Means, see, this is the small branch, there is the intercalary meristematic. These intercalary meristematic present on the internode, it can grow elongated of the branches and stem. Understood? What is the types of tissue? There are 3 types of the meristematic tissue: apical meristematic, intercalary and lateral meristematic. Let us again see. Understood, student? The apical meristematic tissue found at the tips of the stem and root. Due to apical meristematic tissue, plant leaves elongated. Lateral meristematic tissue, it is found sides of roots, stem, and due to this lateral meristematic tissue increase the width and diameter of the stem and root. And intercalary meristematic tissue found at the base of young leaves and internode, and it is responsible for further lengthening of the leaves, branches. Got it? What is meant by meristematic tissue? Meristematic tissue is, keep it in your mind, it is the dividing tissue, and this tissue leads the growth of the plant. Let us last point of the meristematic tissue. Function of the meristematic tissue means what is the function which is performed by the meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is a parent tissue. Means why? Meristematic tissue is dividing tissue. Later, these meristematic tissue take the permanent shape and size and perform the permanent function. This tissue is called as the permanent tissue. Means जो permanent tissue होते हैं बेटा प्लांट के, वो किससे बनते हैं? meristematic tissue से ही बनते हैं. So the meristematic tissue is called as the parent tissue. The tissue take part. What is the main function of meristematic tissue? The main function of the meristematic tissue is a growth and formation of the न्यू सेल. मीन्स प्लांट की जो भी ग्रोथ होती है वो ग्रोथ मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू की वजह से होती है. जो में न्यू सेल फॉर्म होते हैं वो मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू की वजह से होते हैं. मीन्स मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू इज अ डिवाइडिंग टिश्यू. गॉट इट? एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ मेरिस्टेमेटिक टिश्यू plant continuous produce the new leaves, branches, fruits, flowers. Because why? It is the dividing tissue. Due to this tissue, the plants every year produce the new leaves, new fruits, new flower. Understood? What is mean by meristematic tissue? Today in that video we have studied about that the plant tissue. There are two types of the plant tissue, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. In that video we all detailed study about that the meristematic tissue. There are three types of meristematic tissue: apical, lateral and intercalary. Understood, student? What is the meristematic tissue? If you have any queries, any doubt regarding this topic, you will ask me through by my WhatsApp number. Thank you.